Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new video. In today's video, we're talking about Leeds United players that we could sign soon. We're linked with, so let's get into it and talk about because we really need to sign players soon because the clock is ticking and the days keep going down and down and down, and we're very close to the end of the window and deadline day, which I think we're gonna have a busy deadline day, in my opinion. So let's start off and talk about the first player we're going to talk about. Probably the biggest link, in my opinion, the player who's further on in signing for Leeds, in my opinion, and that's Cone's Dejan Ljubičić. Let's see. The YAP wrote something about him, so let's actually look at that and see what they said about him. The Austrian international missed Cone's DFB Pokal fixture against SV Sandhausen at the weekend with the club citing knee problems. So the club cited that he had knee problems, so he wasn't in their DFB Pokal match, which is their cup, basically. For his absence, however, according to various reports in Germany, the player trained as planned during the week leading up to the game and is instead attempting to force Cohn's hand in sanctioning a transfer. So basically, what it looks like is he's basically doing what other players do and they want to transfer. And what he's doing is being like, you know what, I'm going to rule myself out for this match because I don't want to pick up an injury if I want to be sold. You don't want to get injured when you're going to be sold. That's all I can read actually because I'm not like I don't have an connected to the YAP. So yeah. So let's actually go through his stats. Actually, that's something I want to go through. Of course, he did play in the Bundesliga last season. They did get relegated into Bundesliga too. That's another reason why he wants to leave as well. They're in the second tier in the Bundesliga. They're in Bundesliga 2. They got relegated last season. So last season he did play in the top flight of the Bundesliga. He played a total of 26 matches, 24 starts, okay, 79 minutes. So he was a starter in that team basically every week and played almost a full game every single week. Basically. Team of the week, he was there once. He scored 0 goals with an XG of 1.87. That's okay. You don't really need to look at any of this. There's not really many attacking stats here. Shots per game, he has 1.5. Shots on target per game, 0.4. Big chances missed. He's only missed one big chance. He's only had one big chance. He got 2 assists as well. So he got 2 assists with an XA, which is expected assist of 2.3. So he basically got what he was supposed to get in assists. 42.3 touches. Big chances created. He created 8 big chances. 1.1 key passes. I don't know if that means like per game. But here are the other stats. His accurate passing per game is 82%. That's good. That's fine. Accuracy in his own half is 87%. Accuracy in opposition half is 75%. Accuracy in his long balls is 60%. Accuracy in chip passes is 58%. And then accuracy crosses is 19%. So he didn't really, I don't think he took many crosses. I don't think he was their crosser because it says 0.2. I don't think he took crosses, but I'm guessing he took a couple in the season. Defensive wise, intercepts per game, he had a 0.7. Tackles per game, he had a 1.7. Okay, possessions won, 0.2. I don't really understand that, but ball recoveries per game, 4.3. So he basically gets the ball, he recovers the ball 4 times a game, basically. Dribbles passed per game, 0.9. So he gets dribbled past maybe once per game. That's kind of saying. Clearances per game, 0.4. Errors leading the shots, 0. Errors leading the goals, 0. And penalties committed, 0. He's dribbling. His other stats. The successful dribbles. Let's start off with a 48% with successful dribbles. Duels won 44%. Ground duels won 45%. Aerial duels 40%. Possession lost 9.4. So he lost the ball 9 times throughout the entire season. I think that's what it means. I think this is the entire season. So he would have lost the ball nine times basically throughout the entire season. Fouls is 1.2. He was fouled 0.5. No offsides. He had 6 yellow cards and no red cards though. And if you look here at his heat map, if we go up here, most of his performances look like here. They either come on the right or the left. Okay, it looks more defensive, but he does get into attack as well. But like on this heat map right here, it's mostly, I think, mostly on the more on the right than the left. But he can play both sides. It looks like. But we're kind of signing him to play that DM role. I'm guessing. So yeah, he's a midfielder, of course. Getting him into that midfield role, he can play right and left is most of his positions. So if he needs to come out wide and make a tackle, he'll come out wide and make a tackle. He's used to being in those situations, which I'm fine with. I think he's a decent player who, for a better club, may perform better. Because I don't know how Cone were in general last season. Like, I don't actually know how many good players they actually had, and like all this and that, all this stuff. He did have injuries as well. I'm pretty sure this is he's in his sofa score ratings. It says here, I think he was injured. But like his ratings, right? He had 24 Bundesliga appearances with 6.83 rating. I think that's average throughout the entire season, or average during all those 24 appearances, basically. So Bundesliga 2, he's had 2 appearances so far because he did start the season. He has a 7.25 for that. And then the others are DFP Pokal, which is one appearance, and then the international friendly, which is 1 appearance. Yeah. So looking at this, he looks like a decent player. Like, he's a DM. He's going to play center mid or DM, basically. It says here. And he's one of those players that you look at and you'll be like, okay, I'm fine with signing him. Like, he's one of those players that I could see doing a job for us. Like, he's an attacking 8, and you can see that on his heat map because he does have a large amount of heat map in the defense, but also in the attack. Like, it's on both. So there it is. And one more player we actually need to talk about. Actually, 2. Let's talk about the first one. Johnny Rowe not coming to Leeds United, because it has been reported by John Percy, who's a very reliable source, that Marseille have submitted a 3rd bid for Rowe over the weekend, loan with an obligation to buy. So they got a loan for him with an obligation to buy. Total cost around 13.5 million. Which for me, looking at this, Rowe for 13.5 million tells me we 100% now are not signing Jack Clark because he's going to be 20 to 25 million. If we don't put in 13.5 million for Johnny Rowe, we're not going for Jack Clark for 20 mil plus. Talks are ongoing at the moment as well, so they're not actually confirmed, like it's not fully done. And there's new and expectations that a deal will be agreed before the window closes. So it looks like it will happen. And then actually one more player we need to talk about as well. Benson is about to leave Burnley this summer, and talks on a permanent move are currently taking place with huge interest from Leeds United. So we have a huge interest in signing Manuel Benson. Sunderland and Norwich are also, if Johnny Rowe does leave Norwich, with Sunderland are in for him, and Norwich are also in for him if Johnny Rowe does leave the club. So if Johnny Rowe leaves Norwich, they're going to be in for Benson as well as us and Sunderland. So there's going to be 3 clubs in for him. I think we can get that over the line. Like, can we not get that over the line boys? Do you think we can get that over the line over those 2 clubs? I think there's, like, Leeds United are pushing for top 2 this season. And I know right now you look at the club and you look at the players and you're like, but it's a massive club. It's Leeds United. You don't want to play for them. He's a winger, of course, left wing or right wing. He didn't play much in the Premier League, in their Premier League season. He only played 8 games and started 1. So he didn't really do anything in the Premier League. Like, he didn't really get a chance in the Premier League, which is why they're willing to sell him. But let's go back and look at the Championship. Of course, he was in the Championship the season before with them, as they got promoted to the Premier League. He played a total of 33 games that season, starting 14, 46 minutes per game. He got in the Team of the Week 4 times, scored 11 goals. 11 goals, good for a winger. His scoring frequency was 100 every 137 minutes. He had a goals per game of 0.3, shots per game of a 1.8, so about 2 shots per game. Shots on target per game was 0.6. Big chances missed, 7. Goal conversions, 18%. You look it down here. I'm trying to look at some stats that actually show you something. Goals from inside the box, he scored 5. 5 out of 28, so I'm guessing that's out of the shots. Right, that's 28 shots he had inside the box, and he scored 5 of them. Goals from outside the box, he scored 6 out of 32. So he scored more goals outside the box than he did inside the box. He scored 11 left-footed goals, basically, so you can tell he's left-footed. And during this entire season, if you look at the heat map, he played basically his entire time on the right side. So if he starts for us, that'll be where Dan James is playing. So he's the type of player that will get the ball and cut in, it looks like, if he's going to shoot. Because he's left-footed. He has all of his goals with his left foot. So every time he's out wide, he's going to cut in, That's what it makes it look like he will do. So let's also go. He got 3 assists as well. Big chances created 4. So he created 4 big chances and got 3 assists. It doesn't actually say the expected assists on him for some reason. Like, so I think it only does it. I think it goes off position. Sometimes it doesn't. Not really anything else to talk about. His accuracy per game, 87%. That's good. Sorry, accuracy in his own half was 88%. Accuracy in opposition half is 73%. Long balls accuracy is 67%. Chipped is 63, and crosses at 18%. Let's go into other stats. Others. Successful dribbles, 50%. So he had a 50% dribble success rate. Total drills won, 47%. Ground drills won 50%, so he was 50-50 with his ground drills. Aerial drills 25%. He lost possession lost 9.2, so basically 9 times in the season, I think. And that's what it means. Fouls 0.2 fouls, so he doesn't commit that many fouls. He doesn't give away that many fouls. He was fouled 0.9. So he gets fouled per game. Gets fouled. Offside 0.1. He had 3 yellow cards, no red cards. It's available. He plays on the right side, and if you look at his sofa score ratings for the last 5 games, 5 games of the season, they're all in the green except for one with a 7.1 rating, a 7.4, a 7.2, and a 7.4 with a 6.9 in between. Yeah, so he looks like he did well in the championship when he did play, of course. I mean, he played most of their games that season, 33 games. He didn't start though. He didn't start in a lot of them. Yeah, so I think he's good enough. I'll take him. I mean, even as a backup, like even if he doesn't start and you have Dan James starting, and Dan James and Nonto, you have that option of that next player that can start if one of them's not performing or come off the bench and do something. So I'm excited with the players that we are linked to, the two, and of course Johnny Rowe looks like it's over, and Jack Clark isn't happening, boys. So can we stop talking about Jack Clark because it's not happening? I would love to eat my words and for it to be wrong, or would I? Would I want us to spend 25 million on a player when we can get Benson for cheaper? Probably not. But yeah, so hopefully we get Benson done and Ljubičić. I think those two will be big players. I think we can get both of them done. I think since they're like kind of rumored, I think they could be the 2 players we sign before the deadline day, and then we'll sign one more on deadline day. Because I'm in my head, I mean, I predicted it. I think we get 3 signings. People may not be happy. People want 4 or 5, but in my head, I'm like, we'll get 3 done, maybe 4. Maybe 4. Maybe I'll push it to 4 if we sign both of them. Because if we sign both of them, I could be like, maybe we get 2 on deadline day. But yeah, hope you guys like the video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of both of these players. And of course, everything that's gone around. Johnny Rowe not coming to Leeds now. And everything else. So catch you guys next time. And like and subscribe. Peace.